It's Speed Gaming, and we're live. It's Final Fantasy Randomizer action live here on Speed Gaming Prime. It's the Vorpal Pod, and here we go in about 1 minute. My name is Wookleosis, and today I am joined by someone who's been here even longer than I am, making his return to the booth along with mine. Welcome, Gentleman Joey, now known as Papa Foys. Welcome back to the show.
Legend, you're a kind man. I appreciate you. How you guys doing tonight?
Welcome to the fans. Welcome to the fans of certainly Speed Gaming. Whether you're over on YouTube or watching live right now on twitch.tv/speedgaming, we will bring you this great show. This is Vorpal Pod Action. We're going to go through some of the characters right now as we are almost set to get going. Serisan on the left side of the screen with a black belt. I believe that was SpaceDrake with a fighter. We are already off. SpaceDrake directly to the armor shop. That's a Pro Ring +4. That is outstanding. Fade is level 2. That's white magic locked. Serisan will not have access to Fade. Serisan's re-rolling Papa Foys. He wants the Fade.
I love it. This is next level technology right here.
Let's keep a good eye on this. Let's watch Serisan's timer and see exactly how much time Serisan gives up to SpaceDrake here. As SpaceDrake picks up Ice 2, Temper. I'm not exactly sure that Light Warrior party, that's a White Mage right there in the third slot for SpaceDrake. Going to have access to that Fade early. Serisan does go back to her 3 Light Warrior party, sticking with the Black Belt as the main damage dealer. It's going to be Black Belt, White Mage, Black Mage. SpaceDrake's going to be the first out of Canaria. SpaceDrake's out under the 1 minute mark. Serisan making up time quite well. Looks like he lost about 40 seconds as SpaceDrake makes his way to the Temple of Fiends. Once again, welcome to Speed Gaming here. Papa Foys, Wookleosis. And behind the scenes, the hangry Canuck is here right now. Canuck has the stuff on ice for us, Papa Foys.
Heck yeah. Frosty beers. We did see the bottle shop item is in Corneria, so they will not have to hunt that, and that definitely affects your routing in these flags.
Serisan has caught up to SpaceDrake. Serisan goes directly to Garland. Garland threatened to knock down Serisan. Garland takes out the black belt, but a Fade from Serisan takes down Garland. SpaceDrake's going to check the chest. He wants money. Finds a silver helmet for that fighter. 700 gold as well. Serisan rescues Princess Sarah. He's going to get 2 items here. It's the ship. SpaceDrake gets ambushed. Serisan also picks up the crystal. Okay, Papa Foys. This is the beginning of the game. We're at the 2 minute mark. You've been in this. You were in the original tournament. You've been here since the beginning of Final Fantasy Randomizer. No one knows this better than you. You're Serisan. What are you doing right now?
I'm going to provoke a baby. Got to check that level 2 magic. Maybe dip into Matoya's like he's doing. Matoya might have some good items you could sell. Have a little extra money. I like to get my consumables purchased by Provoke if possible.
Serisan checks the 3 chests in Matoya's cave and is going to turn in that crystal. Receives the cube. That's required, but it's late game. Not exactly what Serisan wanted to see, but what Serisan did want to see was 6,000 gold for spending. Heal potions, save items, as his black belt continues to lay on the ground. And Papa Foys has alerted me in the background. We have some sprite changes over on SpaceDrake, Papa Foys. That is a black belt. That is not a fighter. Is that correct?
I believe so. I mean, he named it BB, so... This level 1 magic, though, look at this. Fire 2, Temper, and Ice 2.
Bonuses here in the pod area of Final Fantasy Randomizer and the 2021 Spring Tournament. The black belt has Thief Luck for this match. Papa Foys, what exactly does that mean for both these players' main damage dealer?
We're gonna not want to, but want to run a lot, and the luck stat is the primary configuration for running in the randomizer with the running bug removed.
SpaceDrake picks up his cube. Serisan's already made his way to Provoca, saves and goes directly to Bicky, has a little chit-chat with him. Gonna take out the pirates looking for a key item. Is it the canal? Is it something else? We're gonna find out real soon as a Fade from Serisan is gonna wipe them out. SpaceDrake shortly behind him. We have not hit quite the 5 minute mark yet. The cube and the crystal has already been turned in and we have a boat. We are still confined to the inner continent. Serisan has the TNT.
So what do you do here, Will? Do you go We've got 3 spots now you can go, plus the TNT turn in. Where do you like to go with this situation?
Right now, I'm going to check the level 2 magic. We're going to keep a good eye on that, but my answer is not turning in the TNT. I probably shouldn't say this. I'm going to go to Crescent Lake and get that item in case that item happens to be an adamant or a crown, and I can route them all together.
Like your style, sir. Like your style.
Here we go, level 2 magic, left side of your screen with Serisan, undefeated so far here in the spring tournament. That's life 2. That's White Mage and Invis 2. I bet you he's real happy he re-rolled now.
Now he wishes he had a fighter, Red Mage as well. 2 life 2s would be so good right now.
That was Quake. Also Fire 3 located in level 2 Black Magic. I'd like to welcome to the chat. I see some players over here. We've got Mazada. That's rock solid. The Cinderella Man is in chat. Papa Foy's. Saint Von Jester is here. I see Pizza played real well in this tournament as well. Thank you for joining us as the crowd continues to grow here live on SpeedGaming. Little bit of paperwork. It is April 13th. This is the second match for both players here in the Vorpal Pod, a round-robin tournament to attempt to move on to the brackets. Both players still muddling around. Provoca, Serisan's going to be the first out. He's back into the boat. Takes a fight, takes a quick reset. Serisan again with 3 Light Warriors. SpaceDrake with 4. Serisan's going back to Matoya. Serisan might have reset out of that cube. Looks like Serisan did. Wants that money. Picks up the cube. 5% key item. Per key item boost here in the design of this flag set for the pod tournament. The qualifier matches to try and move on to the round of 16. So each item gives you that. Now with a black belt, Papa Foys, you used to run a black belt before I ever even knew this game existed. How important is that?
You're talking to the right guy. So we'll go with a base Final Fantasy. Each key item gives you about 120 extra XP per Agama killed.
Some more of the bonuses for the classes that we have. We have the White Mage on each side. That White Mage is getting a plus 20 hit percentage. I can't see that helping either player certainly very much. Then we'll see, we're looking for that Fade at level 1. You can see Serisan using it right now on the left side of your screen. As SpaceDrake now makes his way towards the TNT turn-in. Serisan right behind him. We are dead even right now. SpaceDrake picks up the Oxiel that will give access to the Sea Shrine, an incentivized dungeon. Once we can get the canal and get out of the Intercontinent. Both players.
It's getting scarier and scarier.
You know, you always want to get more. I think if it Puffboy's like a lawyer, you always want to have options.
Exactly.
In this scenario, though, the more options you have, the more decisions you got to make. So it's good news, bad news.
Fortunately, right now we have to go to get a free item in Crescent, or go to a terrible place, the Marsh Cave, or an even worse place, the Ice Cave. So I don't know what kind of lawyer you are, but I don't like any of those decisions.
Both players also have a Black Mage. A Black Mage has a bonus, plus 15 luck. Black Mage pretty much the second best runner that there is really light warrior in the game, so that's really just going to help that at all. Level 3 Black Magic. SpaceDrake finds Quad X available. Going to check level 3 White Magic. Serisan right behind him. That's Harm 4, Wall, and yet another life spell. That Wall is going to be exclusive. That's in the second slot there.
Love the Fog 2 purchase.
Fog 2 raises the armor. If cast in battle, it does stack. It, however, does not work in the armor and absorb calculation. Does not stack should you get a critical hit come against you. It does not calculate it in. Invis 2 usually is what most players like. Papa Voice pointed out earlier that the bottle is for sale. It is our vendor item. It's located in Canaria. So that won't be an issue anytime soon. Bane at level 4 Black Magic.
Yeah, now you see the the TNT was an item you can't use until later, and you really feel bad if you go to Crescent Lake and it's the crown or the adamant. Because you
Save
definitely
item.
don't want to go to the ice cave at level 6 and 7.
See SpaceDrake using those cabins. SpaceDrake has 20 cabins already out of Elfland. Runs into some piranhas. Gonna take the fight. Little Fire 3. SpaceDrake with initiative and fade. Absolutely wipes out those piranhas. He comes in packs of 3 to 6. In that specific formation. He is headed, just like Papa Foy said, to Crescent Lake, but we have route divergence, Papa Foys. Serisan is going to the Marsh Cave. You don't like Marsh Cave, do you?
No.
Is that-
Who likes Marsh Cave? There's so many different enemies, and the only nice thing about Marsh Cave is that most of them are undead.
Serisan enters the Marsh Cave. This is a split. You can go up for 3 chests, 3 of them unique, of the 4, excuse me. One of them is linked should you go down. The meta seems to be going up. SpaceDrake picks up the slab from the Crescent Lake Circle of Sages. Much like Papa Foy said, we are in search of a canal, and it will be located either the incentivized ice cave or here in the incentivized marsh cave on the left side of your screen. SpaceDrake leaving Crescent Lake. SpaceDrake's gonna take some levels, Papa Foys. Oh!
He gets the dreaming speeds.
This is a 1 to 4 formation of Peds. You can get 1, 2, 3, or 4. It is not the same formation as the one that is in the volcano. That is up to 6. You usually get more. I believe that's off power cycle, Papa Foys. Let's see. SpaceDrake resets. Can't take him out quite yet, it looks like. SpaceDrake is leaving.
And poor Serisan has to go to the bottom of Marsh Cave with no travel spells. It's gonna be suspect. Let's see if we find anything nasty.
Next thing I was going with, Papa Foys talks about travel spells. We were talking about warp and exit. We have not seen them. We don't have access to them, certainly. SpaceDrake heads back toward Elfland. SpaceDrake's gonna save. He's got no money. SpaceDrake's going back into the boat. Or SpaceDrake's checking for the canal. SpaceDrake resets. SpaceDrake felt I did this in my match on Saturday. Papa Voice thought he had the canal. Maybe thought he got it from the Sages. I've done that. That's okay. SpaceDrake resets. He's making his way to the Marsh Cave right now. Serisan cannot find anything in here. He's going into a trap tile guarded chest. Papa Foys. Oh, it's Slimes in the ambush. Slimes take out the black belt. The black belt's gone. Black mage is gone. Serisan's going to try to get the fade off. The Slime's taking out, all smashing the white mage. The white mage is gone. Serisan perishes in the Marsh Cave.
I hate to see it.
Definitely got some information. Ambush rate. Papa Foys, you know all about it. The different percentages. Shadows, things like that. That could have been a one-off, Papa Foys. Or that could be a you-know-what.
Let's hope it's not a you-know-what. This is... I think you go back, you definitely don't check that chest and pray that it's the incentivized item, because...
Big money found from SpaceDrake at the top of the Marsh Cave. Looks like he's gonna try to walk this out. He gets ambushed by 3 different types of unique enemies. Gonna try to get out of this. There are 2 more chests. There are 3 chests left in this incentive pool that we're looking for the canal, but it could be something else. Could be a tail, could be a power gauntlet. But 2 of them should be readily checked by Serisan before he goes back to the trap tile that perished him. And that is...
not the direction you want to go.
Not what he's going to do. He gets ambushed again. The Slimes are teeing off on Serisan. Down goes the black belt. Now the Slimes turn their attention to the white mage and the black mage. He gets away with it a little bit, though. He's going to try to get away. They are susceptible to fire 3. White mage is gone. Black mage is gone. Serisan perishes again. SpaceDrake now starting to close the gap. He's going south into the Marsh Cave. He's going to run into them, too.
No, Rock Solid. There will be no metal slime grinds this game.
The crowd's starting to grow here on SpeedGaming. Thank you for joining us. We have a dual Marsh Cave dive. 2 chests that are accessible to check and 1 that is very guarded. Welcome, Groggy Dog. Professor Renderer. See that name in the chat over there, Papa Foys? The Immortal Will Bloodworth is here as well.
That's a lot of thieves in here.
SpaceDrake continues to check the chests. Serisan is starting to adjust. He did not do this last dive. He has had enough. He's checking the one-off chest on the far right. Chance to strike first for Serisan. He's going to run. Does this hold our canal? It does not. One chest left, and then the guarded chest. SpaceDrake gets the better. He does not get ambushed. He does not. These slimes can hit hard, but it's ambushing has been the problem. Slime's teeing off now on SpaceDrake, but he's got 4 characters. That black belt's got. He gets out the fire 3. They are weak. 150 took at least one of them out. The fade hits. Serisan's there now. SpaceDrake never saw the problems that Serisan did. Serisan's getting rocked again, but he gets a fade off. We are dead even. It's the crown.
The only benefit is SpaceDrake got about 9,000 worth of experience, and Serisan only got 4.
Serisan has his crown. Once again, dead even right here. SpaceDrake does not know about the ambush. He's taking more fights, Papa. He doesn't know.
How, this is classic RNG FFR stuff right here.
That's level 10 for SpaceDrake. SpaceDrake's going to continue the fights. He does not get ambushed. I think Serisan got RNG'd.
Certainly looking that way. I'm sad.
He might stay away from that tile. This is a potential huge thing that has happened here in this match. SpaceDrake started to get levels on his 4 warriors now. He's up to 9, 11. Serisan's going to go for a progression lead. He's almost out of here. Runs into some shadows. There's a fire 3. Serisan's going to be able to get out of here. SpaceDrake is now on his way out of here. Just past the 16-minute mark. The infectious Wickliosis here, along with the OG, Papa Foys. We got the Hangry Canuck. Beverages on ice sitting right behind us. Thank you so much, Canuck. Serisan has already made his way to Northwest Castle. He's going to return the crown to the kindly old king, Papa.
Oh, and he gets the chime, so guys, buckle up your seatbelts. We're going to everybody's favorite place in the whole world. The Ice Cave.
SpaceDrake is out of the Marsh Cave. He will head now towards Northwest Castle. There's Quad X from Serisan. Erased. Astos is gone. It was Astos the whole time. You know what I see here, Papa? I see on the lower left-hand side of your screen, right there, lower right-hand corner of that tracker, thank you, Canuck, I see a chime in a cube. What I don't see is a canal. We know where that canal is.
Let's all get our effort respects.
It will be an ice cave dive that is needed from both players to try to break out of this inner sea. SpaceDrake with a fire 3 takes out Astos. He gets the news it was Astos all along. Serisan running into fight after fight. He's taking them. This is a black belt strategy. There's the fade from Serisan, taking out some ogres. Both players have played one match previously here in the round robin Vorpal Pod. Both players have played Dark Moon. Dark Moon Firelight, Dark Moon X, and everything he does for the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. We certainly thank you very much. Serisan is 1-0. Took out Dark Moon in the first match, actually, that was played here in the tournament. SpaceDrake was beaten by Dark Moon, actually. SpaceDrake is 0-1. Again, this is their second match. They will have a match coming up, both of them, in a few days. We'll get to that, and that's promotions in just a little bit. With the 4th member of the great Vorpal Pod. Great to get back in the booth with you, Papa Foys. It's been quite a long time. It's been a year since I've been on the microphone, certainly 3 years since you have been. And great to get in on you here with the great Vorpal Pod match we got going on, huh?
Wait, whoa, hold on. Aren't you in the Vorpal Pod?
Huh?
Aren't you in the Vorpal Pod?
I'm the voice of Team Vorpal.
Are you spying on your opponent?
I'm here to work with you and Canuck.
Something's just fishy here, chat.
What a beautiful day it is here, beautiful northern Michigan. Speaking of where our players are from, SpaceDrake representing the West Coast. Saracen, the very upper Midwest. Certainly myself, also the upper Midwest. The Hangry Canuck, I don't know what planet he's from. And Papa Foy's from the Great Sunshine State. Definitely all over the United States here, and certainly North America as well. Saracen picks up that slab from the Circle of Sages, now gets the information that SpaceDrake already knew. Gonna have to go to the ice cave to pick up the canal and open up this game. SpaceDrake heads back to Canaria. Supplies? How about a bottle for 5% experience? You think so, Papa Foy's? Yeah.
I mean, why not? That 5% would have done much more help with the slime tile, but you know, he got the RNG no ambush luck, so he can lose his 5%.
You know what that was? I see what SpaceDrake did. He wanted houses. Picked up 3 houses. They were cheap. That's what he... There it is right there. He's got 4 now. He can burn off his charges all the way there, try to get some more experience of what Saracen's doing right now. You know what I call that, Papa Foy's? Chat, do you know what that's called? The move that SpaceDrake just did? Canuck, anybody? What that's called?
That is a veteran move.
Veteran move! SpaceDrake, thank you, Canuck. SpaceDrake making his way towards the ice cave. Utilizing the power cycling. Look at SpaceDrake. Hard resets to get this walk, wants to get there as soon as he can, decides not to take fights. On the other side of your screen, as SpaceDrake has now taken that forward progression type lead for levels. Found out that the ice cave was gonna he was gonna have to go to the ice cave, gonna try to take out these pedes, found the pedes off the power cycle just like SpaceDrake.
Unfortunately, you know, the ice cave is everybody's favorite place to go because there's like 25 different monsters in here. And if one of them has nuke, thunder, blaze, poison, the other poison, you're just not happy. And the Saracen, little route divergence here. He is going to the volcano. Gonna probably check these chests, check the grind tiles here, maybe see if he can get a level lead on his black belts. There's no such thing as a good grind in ice. They all are terrible because it's ice cave.
After a momentary blip in action, the route divergence respawns. Saracen heads directly to the armory of the volcano. Finds a flame armor. There's 16,000 gold. There's a castable Thor hammer. SpaceDrake runs into the trap tile. It's sharks. He gets a ribbon out of the guarded chest.
It's a great find. Love to see the ribbon.
Gargoyles, everyone's favorite enemy. There are a few things each and every person in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community can absolutely agree on. I would think the number 1 thing is the Hooray Dwarf. Number 2 thing is, don't no one like Gargoyles.
Frosty Girls.
Gerwolves get the fade from SpaceDrake after they tried to take SpaceDrake out.
Saracen found a nice one. If they're... Oh, they hit for a lot.
You can see Saracen put that Thor hammer directly on that black belt. The black belt still cannot do much. Good turn order from Saracen and some good RNG. He's down to 1 fire. Going to use that fade and going to try the Quad X. The fade gets initiative and hits. There's more piranhas for SpaceDrake. Level 13 for the men from the upper Midwest and Saracen. No success recently in the fall in the 2020 Final Fantasy Randomizer Duck Derby. And in the Duckling program itself, SpaceDrake was in that as well. These players are no strangers. They have played each other before, but never quite on the level of this.
So, do you think, I believe if I saw correctly, well, never mind, we won't even discuss this now. He's leaving the volcano.
Yeah, he's leaving. He was looking for money, he was looking for levels. And also trap tiles. Saracen's just getting ambushed left, right, and center.
Poor guy. He's getting beat up. Would you, the fires had, like, Between 140 and 200 and, like, I think was 16 HP, would you have considered taking a few more fights?
Nope.
With Fade and Ice too?
Nope.
Like your style.
SpaceDrake makes it to the 6th chest. There is a guard in here. There's a Light Axe +3. There is a forced fight coming up. Here's the fight for SpaceDrake. It's sorcerers and a Mudgall. SpaceDrake's looking to take the fight.
This is good experience. I like
It
this
is.
idea.
SpaceDrake with initiative gets off an Ice 2. Between 40 and 70 damage. It all rolls. More initiative from SpaceDrake. Gets off the Fade. The wizards are gone. Saracen has now entered the Ice Cave. We're going to keep a good eye on the left side of the screen. There is a ribbon in here. SpaceDrake has already found it. There are 3 in the game. It's also a ribbon +3. Papa Foys, what is the significance of a ribbon?
The ribbon is the ultimate magic defense item in this game.
That's right. That's well said. That's really, it might be, in a lot of players' minds, the #1 thing that if you could only have one thing that you would pick. Resistance at what I call essential immunity to all the 8 elements. Equipable by any Light Warrior X as headgear. SpaceDrake continues to dig this ice cave, nearing the end of it. Finds a mage staff, gonna give that to his warriors. 3 chests here, 2,500. There's the canal. SpaceDrake has attained it. What's he gonna do? He's gonna check that. He's gonna leave. I support this play. SpaceDrake is out at the 26-minute mark. Saracen starts to heal. This is important for Saracen. Does he check the right side of the trap tile? He does. Finds the shark and the red sags that sometimes don't show up. He will attain his ribbon if he can get through this fight, and he does. SpaceDrake is now navigating the river system. Look at the save from SpaceDrake. And all that training and all that practice. SpaceDrake with a... Is this a lead, Joey? He's going to Volcano! Got it. Okay, Canuck, I didn't see this coming. What is SpaceDrake doing?
I have absolutely no idea. Maybe looking for a grind tile?
A tile, maybe some money? SpaceDrake's been playing so well. He's gonna match what Saracen did. We might converge here together. Saracen just keeps getting ambushed. The piranhas get him again. Off the forced fight tile. Gonna have to take that twice. SpaceDrake runs into some snakes. There's nothing in these 2 chests. There's another one, and the Caribes, the piranhas get Saracen again. He's got to be frustrated. Kidnuck, do you ever get, I think the term is tilted at all when you just keep getting ambushed?
Aw, I don't get tilted? Come on!
I was gonna say, what kind of question is that?
But some players do. SpaceDrake does his raid. Saracen closing in. You can check the 6 chests on the bottom. It's SpaceDrake reset.
He said, yeah, that stuff stinks.
SpaceDrake resets out of the armory, is heading towards these 2 chests here. Does not hit the fort. SpaceDrake is going deeper into the Gurgu volcano under the 30-minute mark.
I like his style.
I
Love it.
I don't know what it is, but I like it too. As the crowd again continues to grow here live on SpeedGaming, Lord of the Synth, welcome to the party. Mastic Host, doing well in the tournament. I've enjoyed watching you as well. Gloomchew is here. We have a champion in the house, Papa Foys. Welcome here live on Twitch, twitch.tv/SpeedGaming, where we have a Crab Cakes, your great title.
2 legends, 1 chat.
Oh, that's Rob D. Raven is in here. I've been watching you as well, my friend. Thank you very much as the crowd. See if they can get into this a little bit later. There's another fade for Saracen. Saracen is down to 1 light warrior. It is the White Mage. But Saracen has something, Papa Foys. What was that?
Good old life too.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's favorite. Better than Cure 4.
SpaceDrake starting to rip through what often is called the Agama floor. He's skipping a lot of it. He's taking what they call greed chests or freebies. There's the mage staff for Serisan. SpaceDrake started to heal up. Papa Boys, can you take on Carrie here? You got...
The scary part is he hasn't checked any of the trap tiles.
There's an Aegis shield. There's another trap tile check. It's arachnids, spiders, and tarantulas. SpaceDrake has Fade. Serisan's black belt's on the ground again. SpaceDrake's gonna do a double trap tile check and the red D chest. Did we see Confuse? Did we see Hold or anything like that that these players can use to attack Carrie's vulnerability to status effects?
Wait, that would require me paying attention, but I'm pretty sure we didn't. But I wonder if Space thinks this is incentivized.
Ah.
Well, now that you see that the tile is 3 to 4 Cerebus, at least you can get to like 15, 16 and not feel terrible about fighting Carrie now, but...
Did SpaceDrake check that chest? Fans?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. Okay. There's an Agama for SpaceDrake. We are now past the 30-minute mark. Serisan has his canal in hand. He is now leaving the ice cave. That was an adventure in the ice cave for Serisan, but he got through it. SpaceDrake takes out the Agama. There's 1,000 experience. SpaceDrake is going to take on Carrie. This is pivotal. Fans, if SpaceDrake can do it after he gets ambushed by some bulls, this is a coup. Potentially. If he cannot, oh boy.
This is bold cotton.
This is bold. I like the play. This is gutsy. SpaceDrake making a move. Remember, SpaceDrake is 0-1. He's got this match, and then a match against a very experienced player later. There's a fade from Serisan taking out those piranhas. SpaceDrake uses a fade shot against a Grey Worm. It does not take it out. Quad X erases and terminates the Grey Worm. Serisan maneuvering through, canoeing and paddling, gets ambushed by the piranhas. Here we go. It's been a long time, fans. Enjoy the fight. Right-hand side of your screen. It's SpaceDrake. Gonna attempt to light the first orb of this match. Gonna take on the Fiend of Fire, Carrie. You can see him looking through some of his spells. How many charges does he have? SpaceDrake initiates the fight at 32 minutes. Goes directly to his spell list. Quad X is available as well after he does some damage. Temper. An attack from that's the black belt in the second slot. And Invis 2 is going to try to come off. And more tempers into the black belt. Initiative goes to SpaceDrake and 2 tempers get off into that black belt. Carrie fires Hold and it misses. It's a free round for SpaceDrake. He also gets off some evasion. And here comes the attack. That's the black belt. 4 hits for 302 and a critical hit. This is round 2 for SpaceDrake. SpaceDrake making us look for questioning this like no big deal. Does not fire the Quad X. Goes back to the temper. There's initiative. 173 from the black belt. More tempers are coming out. We have to see what Carrie does here. There's a fade from SpaceDrake for damage. 166. And Carrie bows to SpaceDrake. We have an orb. Wow. Wow.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Wow. Serisan, meanwhile, has now broken out of the intercontinent. That's the Aldi Sea. Utilize that canal. SpaceDrake with a 1 orb lead. We're trying to get that clicked up for you, fans, so that we'll get that. It looks like it's sticking just a little bit, but it's certainly on its way. We'd like to welcome to a chat someone I have not had a conversation quite yet with, but it's going to happen very soon. Papa Foys, you know who's in here? Burt Reynolds.
Just the way you're talking, it's gotta be another legend.
That's probably a soon-to-be legend. We got Rojo in here as well. We're going to talk about Rojo actually just a little bit in our promotions coming up.
No, we don't need to talk about Rojo. We skip that promo.
Both players doing some shopping. You see Serisan there, they're getting rid of some of that knight and fighter gear to get some more money. Serisan's going to translate the slab. SpaceDrake with that 1 orblet has returned to Crescent Lake. That's a silver bracelet -1. You can see him thinking about it. Serisan is... what is he doing? Getting frosted.
I,
Trap tiles. He's looking for the forced encounter tiles in the Earth Cave. Saracen is headed to the non-incentivized dungeon that he can't do at this point and finish. It will be required later because he doesn't have a rod. Saracen heads directly to the Hall of Giants. Ooh.
like
Okay.
It's a good one.
Saracen runs into the vampires. It looks like 162 will take them out. Saracen has a mage staff in hand. He's got Fire 3 and Fades. He's got all the tools to take out this forced encounter tile. SpaceDrake armoring up, picks up some gloves. They rolled +3. The gloves have been blessed. Hand armor. Adds a little bit of absorb and other traits to the light warrior that equips them. There's a fade from Saracen as that black belt goes down to 1 knee. And it's 62 HP. SpaceDrake back in the canoe, headed towards the boat. We'll see if SpaceDrake wants to leave the LDC. Speaking of Rojo, we just talked about Rojo. Thank you for joining us here. Papa Foy's, got something coming up a little bit. You and Rojo, you're in the same pod, aren't you? Is it the Medusa pod?
Well, I didn't watch his broadcast his race, so...
Hey. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, April 15th. My broadcast partner will take on the aforementioned Rojo. That's going to be right here on the SpeedGaming family of networks. Anytime you might want to check out some of the schedule for SpeedGaming, speedgaming.org. There's a link to a schedule on there, shows you all the games. The Legend of Zelda, you have A Link to the Past, Hollow Knight. So many different variety of games that are shown here on SpeedGaming. We certainly thank you for hosting Final Fantasy Randomizer in its spring tournament, along with our other broadcast partners, Papa Foy's.
I'm really bad at this game, but I'll put on a good show. And I've been practicing a strategy and realized that I didn't incentivize the mass mean. So, mistakes will be made. It'll be amazing. Check it out. 9 p.m. Thursday. You will not want to miss this.
Thursday, April 15th, coming up in just about 2 days' time from this current broadcast. Of course, our other broadcast partners, RPG Limit Break. And, of course, Randomania and all the things that they've done, certainly for the great game of Final Fantasy Randomizer over all these years. Saracen loses his white mage, feels comfortable. It looks like at this point is now leaving the Earth Cave in those fights that he took. SpaceDrake has broken out of the LDC. SpaceDrake is headed towards the incentivized Castle of Ordeal after he gets ambushed by Catman, who have Lightning 3. There's one shot of it. Down goes the Black Mage. There's another shot. The Black Belt's gone. White Mage, Red Mage, it's got the Red Mage up front. There's Glare, that's Time Elemental. Red Mage is gone. The Catmen are toying with SpaceDrake. They're trying to defend fire. Trying to have the White Mage survive and cast life too. SpaceDrake takes a wipe.
Hate to see it. Especially 4 steps away from Castle Ordeals.
Saracen broken out, of course. The Intercontinent heads back towards Crescent Lake. Certainly a revival of the White Mage coming up right here. Maybe a little bit of shopping. We'll see. SpaceDrake now enters the Pillar Maze. No sign of a warp or exit, at least that I've seen. Someone please correct me if I didn't see it, but... That's Zombo right there. 3 of them.
No, I didn't see, I don't remember if he checked 5, level 5, but I don't have
it was
I
5.
haven't seen it.
Exit was level 5 over in Melmond. Fire 3 from SpaceDrake. Knocks out most of the Zombos. A Fade will clean this up. It was fast in the top slot. Level 6 Black Magic. That is Red Wizard learnable. For SpaceDrake, he will have fast on that Red Wizard should he be promoted and have the level charges. However, that Red Wizard is in the top slot right here for SpaceDrake. We're going to keep an eye on that. Saracen's boating. Where's he going, Pop?
I would like him to go to Waterfall.
Okay. Saracen runs away. Again, we have seen the vendor item. That takes away a dual potential check should you want to go to the waterfall if you've already seen it. If you don't see a vendor item up till this point, odds are 66.666666666% that it's going to be located over by the waterfall at either Onrak or the caravan.
So we're sitting at 30.5 minutes. We've got one orb lit, and we have basically done the same thing between the two runners, except for the bottle purchase on SpaceDrake's side. So how are you feeling right now? Well, if this is you in this match.
If I'm SpaceDrake and I made those choices, darn good. If I'm Saracen and I've made those choices, average, normal. Nothing good, nothing bad. I'm kind of just plugging along. But SpaceDrake taking out Carry, doing a couple quick checks, absolutely love it. There's that mage staff that was found in the ice cave being put to great use by SpaceDrake. There's Mancats. Mancats resist everything. You see that Fire 3 doing 26 damage? They are incredibly annoying. You want to fire this spell right there. 282, 316, and 192 takes out the Mancats. That's non-elemental Fade. Holy was the name of the spell later on in the games. Crack from the Red Dragons. That's Quake. Earth Elemental. It's the enemy's version from the Red Dragons. SpaceDrake has lost 2 warriors. He's got 1 ribbon protecting his white mage. Ice 2's not gonna... It is gonna do it. 117 and 113 take them out. That's level 17 for both white and black mages. Life 2 saving SpaceDrake here.
Now the question is, do you go back and do you do it again? Nope. Apparently not. Hey, it's my pod mates, the Medusas.
Name of the pod, of course, that includes Rojo. Shumbabi is in the Medusa pod as well. That match will be coming up against my broadcast partner. Saracen continues to try to get through this pillar maze. It is unique every time, fans. There's a whammy pillar. There's this. You can see Saracen doing the math. There's a rune sword for SpaceDrake. A couple chests down here. It's the adamant. Somewhere in this dungeon is an incentivized chest. It is not necessarily the one that we've seen all these years. SpaceDrake uses the exit, saves and resets. SpaceDrake with a decision to make, Papa Foys. Adamant in hand, SpaceDrake makes his decision. He's gonna go turn in the adamant. Harm 4 from Saracen into that group of zombies. SpaceDrake has not saved since right outside the castle ordeal. This could be a situation where Nope, he's gonna save. Okay. Some players will save, go there, not get it, and reset, and be back towards where they were before, Papa Foys. SpaceDrake does not do that. He likes the TNT. Maybe some other plans? Shopping?
The Bridge of Destiny. 42 minutes in.
SpaceDrake turns in the adamant. It's required. It's the rod.
It's definitely not what you want to see.
We are past the 40-minute mark now. SpaceDrake's gonna take it. Back in the boat, he's headed back south. Remember, fans, we talked about it very briefly. You see the tracker on the bottom of the screen for both players. The chime and the cube are available. That opens all of Mirage Tower and the floating fortress itself. There is a lot of chests in there. I believe it's 55. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. There's an incentivized item in there. That is open to both players. As is the waterfall. As is, of course, the sea shrine. Also incentivized.
So we're missing two items necessary for go mode. So I guess mathematically it's possible we don't need the floater, but likely that we will. Either for the bottle turn in or the slab turn in. But if you see the loot here and you see the key in the waterfall, not the waterfall, sorry, the sea shrine, are you not even looking at another chest this game?
Question from chat, from Gnar Kill. This is Final Fantasy Randomizer, and it's awesome. Welcome to SpeedGaming. Thank you for enjoying the show. I am. You gotta check greed chests. You just got to ribbons. I mean, you see what the crack did to SpaceDrake over there in Castle Vordeal. It could have been devastating. Late game enemy. There's zaps out there. Yeah, I'm always going to be looking for a ribbon, maybe an upgraded weapons, something along those lines. I am definitely going to check more personally.
I am definitely killing this Tyro.
Dinner time for SpaceDrake. Quad X is ineffective. Fade. Ineffective. Another round for SpaceDrake as Serisan now, fighting the birds, has also entered the waterfall. There's Quad X. It's not going to hit a Tyro. High magic defense on that Tyro. A couple of Fire 3s chipping away the fade, though. Go. Resisted. 109. SpaceDrake's had it.
SpaceDrake is like, this is an awful tough cut of meat.
I'd like to welcome to the chat Money Mercs. Thank you very much for your support. Right here live on Twitch. Certainly I appreciate it myself. And your viewership with SpeedGaming, I'm sure, as well. Thank you very, very much. As well as the group that watches on YouTube later on. Papa Foys, that's where I came from. And great market over there. You can watch on your own time and follow the tournament and enjoy this great game that we grew up on.
Oh.
It is the loot. Oh boy.
Alright, so that makes this real interesting, because this may be a no floater needed seed.
The Mystic Key is still out there. It's going to be required. Of course, the floater, the tail, and the ruby, and the end of the fetch, as well as the white shirt, power gauntlet are out there. This is looking and shaping up to be very likely like a non-floater required. SpaceDrake is out with the loot that is required. Doing a little bit of shopping, has now entered on rack. With the Oxyale in hand, SpaceDrake's going to check some magic shops first, while Serisan's going to find out this Tyro is a real pain. For it's for 233, it's enough. A fade from Serisan, 186 takes care of the Tyro. SpaceDrake at the 46 and change minute mark is entering the Sea Shrine. And skipping chest, going directly to the mermaids.
Interesting play here.
I think this is right. I'm going to tell you why. You got a potential Kraken Fiend coming up. You're going to take more fights. You're going to get more levels. I like this play from Space. I love everything that SpaceDrake's doing. He's pulling out poison smoke on snakes. I'm a fan.
It's evil snakes, man. You gotta stick it to them.
Another Tyro for Serisan. High HP, high attack power. Tyro's taking care of Serisan, chowing down on this Tyro over and over and over. SpaceDrake, chance to strike first into the waters. So SpaceDrake, of course, with exit, can check these chests and get out of here as fast as he wants. Another Tyro fight for Serisan. Chance to strike first. White Mage showed the Tyro the gloves. Serisan is taunting these Tyros, Papa Boys. Hey, look at my gloves. Once again, today's date and paperwork, Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. Coming up later tonight, we got 2 TV matches for the 2021 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. RPG Limit Break at 9 p.m. Eastern, very soon. We'll host Dead Pulse. That's Dead Pulse Sigma taking on Darren Dreiss. And at 11 p.m. Eastern, the Iron Gall Pod will have Fiend of Possession take on Gwendelicious. And there's the tail. Tail has been picked up. It's the incentivized item here in the Sea Shrine. SpaceDrake has it. He's going to check the mermaids and be able to exit out of here.
Never lucky.
We start to near the 50-minute mark. Serisan now down to 1 light warrior. It is the black belt. A. Moving around. Does put the armor on the black belt. SpaceDrake exits and heads directly back into the Sea Shrine. He's going to go left and try to light his second orb. It's being pointed out in chat, this formation right here will always have a Tyro in it, and it's also got a Wyvern as well, and it's dependent upon whether or not a Wyvern decides to show up, whether or not that Wyvern comes or not. That is the base formation. You see a lot of that in this game. It's a runnable Red Sahag, Wizard Sahag fight. All these years, it certainly wasn't. The development team has made that to be able to be run.
So the math dictates we should have a floater in the sky, right?
Yeah. Or the herb that leads to it.
Or the ruby.
Or the ruby, yeah. Something that leads to the floater will be located in the Mirage Tower entrance that leads to the floating fortress.
I guess in theory it could be the key, right?
Or it could be the key, yeah, something that leads to it. There's a light axe +3. SpaceDrake's going to take a trap here. It's a 4 red Hydra. It's a good encounter, experience-wise.
Let's see if they don't hit for 400 each. Take a few of these.
It's a nice 2 doing work into the red Hydras. The red Hydras did roll 3 hits. They don't seem to hit very hard as Serisan continues to take on Stake and Wings. There's 90 from the Tyro. There's 71 from the Tyro. Does that, if you're doing this, Papa Foys, that Tyro bashing you for those numbers in a single hit, does that make you concerned at all for the endgame?
I guess it depends on how many of these you're gonna take with the bug the black belt has. If he's only going to 32, yeah, probably. But if he's going up to 42, then probably not.
SpaceDrake has made his way to the floor of the Fiend of the Water, the evil Kraken. SpaceDrake making it look easy. SpaceDrake's going to try to take a 2-0 orb lead here. Another big fight. SpaceDrake starts to heal as Serisan continues to feast on some sort of buffet or potluck over there. All the attention to the right side of your screen. SpaceDrake at near the 52-minute mark. What does he have? A little bit of Invis 2 action. And Temper. It's the same strategy, but Kraken goes directly after the Black Belt. The Black Belt is down on one knee and down to 46 hit points. That is the main damage dealer for SpaceDrake. SpaceDrake must adjust. There's a fight from the Black Belt. There's only 4 hits for a $152, and another Temper comes off. This is round 2 against Kraken. SpaceDrake must adjust here. More Tempers and an attack. Cure 3 is SpaceDrake's move. Does he do Bane? What about Brack? He does not. He uses Fast on the Black Belt. He's going for damage. SpaceDrake, 7 hits, not enough. Kraken bashes the Red Mage, but the Red Mage survives. Another Temper gets off. We're going on to round 3. SpaceDrake trying to light that second orb. This is tight. Watch out. Kraken has done all physicals, and he's done well. Another Temper gets off. Weapon stronger. Fade from SpaceDrake, 190. Black Belt, Black Belt, Black Belt, 500 damage. Isn't it off after 7 hits? There's lighting 3 for SpaceDrake. 109 is good. SpaceDrake is steps away from lighting a second orb. SpaceDrake does. Papa Foys. This good. This good stuff. I gotta play this guy in a couple days. We'll get to that promotion. Can you give me some training or something?
When you play so good.
Serisan is now out of the waterfall. SpaceDrake with 2 orbs. Let's do an assessment. We're going to do an assessment with the 1 hour mark, fans. As far as who's in a lead, who might be having an advantage coming up. As of right now, though, SpaceDrake heads directly towards the Great Desert and its Mirage Tower. We know that there's something here that will lead to the floater, whether it's the Mystic Key, or the Herb, or the Ruby, and a potential fetch quest option. SpaceDrake enters the Mirage Tower. He is still going to check the first floor. It's very quick. He's got exit as well. Chance to strike first on a Chimera. Decides not to take the single Chimera fight and runs away. Once again, we'd like to thank SpeedGaming for hosting the 2021 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. So many great matches here. So many great individuals involved with SpeedGaming. We've got the Hangry Canuck, Papa Foys, myself, the Smooth Talker, and Wickliosis. Combined over 10 years of experience in broadcasting and playing of Final Fantasy Randomizer here, bringing you the show, fans. We certainly hope you enjoy it, whether you're watching on replay or live right here with this great action. And I think we got a real competitive one as Serisan now enters the Sea Shrine, and he's headed towards the mermaids. Maybe. Less than, greater than room for SpaceDrake. That's a pro ring. It's short for protective ring. When equipped on a light warrior, it acts as hand armor. It protects you from the death element, not an instant death. Although they are instant death, the death elemental from the enemies. Squint, Quad-X, Toxic, and Rub. Puts it down to essential immunity in a 3 and 256 option should that be equipped on your late warrior and in enemy attacks with either of those 4 either skills or spells. Plus is pretty good at +4.
It's like what, 16 defense?
I believe so. Somewhere in that area, yes. It's a Cerebrus tile for SpaceDrake, one of the most underrated fights in the game, in my opinion.
You're the math teacher, you're supposed to know what 8 is.
Serisan with, I believe, got the tail. Now on the other side of the Sea Shrine, headed towards Kraken. He's going to try to light his first orb, try to get back into this for the orb count. Meanwhile, SpaceDrake is now closing in. It's on the top floor of the Mirage Tower. There's a spiked tile here with a fight. It's Ghosts, the hardest hitting regular enemy in the game, and you can see it. They just did it. SpaceDrake uses the cube and transforms now into the floating fortress. This is the Fortress Cross Room. SpaceDrake heads right, looking for that key incentivized item. Not in go mode quite yet. Serisan, however, is checking all the chests on his way to Kraken. Does this further SpaceDrake's positioning in this match? Doing this?
I think if SpaceDrake finds the key here, then it's his race to lose at this point with the 2-orb lead.
Erased and terminated. SpaceDrake using masterful use of the instant Barn him down, SpaceDrake. Barn him.
Hit him.
Fire 2 from SpaceDrake and it's Green Medusas. 56 hit points. Takes them out at least. That would have taken them all out. SpaceDrake takes out the Green Medusas. Thank you. SpaceDrake making great use of Quad-X here. Timely. Papa Boys, I'm very impressed.
One of those underrated spells in the game. Utilized enough, I think.
Serisan is through the trap tile, gets a fight in what we call the Sharknado room. Gonna take the Red Hydra fight as well. Serisan with the 3 warriors standing. It's a copper gauntlet for SpaceDrake. SpaceDrake's going to ascend even more here in the floating fortress. Going to go up to the star room after he checks the left side of the fortress cross room. There's a ribbon! A ribbon has been located by SpaceDrake. That's number 2. Strengthening SpaceDrake's advantage of equipment and just defense. That's outstanding. Papa Boys. Huge.
One might call it legendary.
SpaceDrake nearing that 1 hour mark that we talked about as Serisan loses his Black Mage. Not going to matter at this point. That Life 2 is becoming so handy for both players right now. Serisan's starting to heal up as SpaceDrake hits the star room. Of course, gets a fight, runs into an evil man with slow 2. You can skip this room and come back if you need it. He is not. SpaceDrake does not hug the wall and does these single chests here in the star room. 14 chests in the next room. Much less walking. He might want some experience. He's doing the right side first. Exactly. Serisan initiates the fight with Kraken. Gonna try to light his first orb, but SpaceDrake's gonna take out an eye. Kraken was punch heavy against SpaceDrake earlier. Serisan's only got 3 light warriors now, too. Breck from Serisan. Hits! Broken into pieces! The stone poison element right off the bat. Is this starting to turn the tide now? Serisan didn't have to use that time on Kraken. Does this give Serisan some momentum? He's down 1 orb directly at the 1 hour mark. Another eye fight. There's the quad axe again. SpaceDrake erases another eye. That's level 20 and 21 for a couple of his warriors. Serisan re-enters the Sea Shrine. SpaceDrake picks up a black shirt and an opal bracelet. It's a little bit cursed, but it's better than the silver -1. Serisan takes out a gray shark.
Chat's pointing out we apparently missed Nuke Waters.
Is that what it was? Okay.
That's gonna make Topher fun.
We're gonna keep an eye on that. Thank you, chat. Live here on twitch.tv/SpeedGaming. And of course, it's SpeedGaming family of networks, SpeedGaming 2, 3. Once again, that website is speedgaming.org. You can see the upcoming schedules, all the games, and all the great fun action that you can enjoy as a fan right here on Twitch. Serisan must have been the one that found the water, so whoa, hold on, SpaceDrake doesn't know that. Right?
No, SpaceDrake definitely has no idea about that.
It's a fade from SpaceDrake. 1 hour, 1 minute now. SpaceDrake is not going to bypass this room. He's going to continue to raid it. Going to do the left side. It's rewarded with a soft potion. I feel it. I feel it. Joy, this momentum's starting to switch a little bit. Agree? Disagree? What do you think?
I think, yeah, Serisan's, got the higher level black belt, and I believe the common opinion in the community is the first to grind is the first to win.
Serisan does not exit. He went to exit. Serisan gives back a little bit of this time. He's going to go to the mermaids. We know there's nothing there. I think there was an Aegis shield or something. Serisan gives this back. This is back and forth. SpaceDrake starts to heal. There's a key item on this floor, fans. Could be a fetch. Could be a turn-in. Could be the floater outright. Past the hour mark. You never know what your opponent did. There's a dragon +5 sword. 182. A nice set of ice armor that isn't going to be used. Serisan now raids the mermaids. Once again, more Final Fantasy Randomizer action is going on as we speak. Also coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, April 14th, 8:30 p.m. right here on Speed Gaming. Shumbabi and Wildham facing off in that Medusa bracket. Both players will be playing my commentary partner coming up very soon as well. That's going to be right here in the Speed Gaming family of networks. SpaceDrake heads right. There's 6 chests over here. Still looking for that incentivized item. All 4 warriors still standing and in good standing. Serisan is boating. Serisan is going back to the inner sea.
Maybe he's gonna
TNT.
turn into that adamant.
TNT. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Adamant. Adamant. I gotta kind of wonder when Serisan does not receive the floater here. I think that's a good thing, considering how much Serisan put it off and says, okay, well, I don't think my opponent has it, I would think. There's the adamant. That's going to give him the rod. And a good example, again, here on the right side of the screen. These Mancats, they just resist everything. There's a 20 from Ice 2 and 26. They really resist everything. You have to hit them with non-elementals or physical attacks, or just run. My least favorite enemy in the game. What's your least favorite enemy, Pop?
Definitely spiders.
Spiders. Spiders. You don't like spiders.
No, not in real life or video games, man. They're scary.
Here we go. 6 chests on the right side. Does SpaceDrake last location this key item in this dungeon? Does not. It is the ruby. Sarda is our next destination. As far as progression, that could be a mystic key, an herb, a lot of different things. Whatever it is, it will lead to the floater. SpaceDrake's going to continue the cleaning of this dungeon. I certainly support this move. There's Fade from Serisan, takes out a bunch of vampires. No sign of a real weapon quite yet. Dragon +5. Very strong for a physical sword. No sign of a defense sword at this point. No sign of a Vorpal Blade. Angry Canuck, what are you looking for?
Gotta be the Massa. That's why they call me the Massasaya.
Massasaya. Isn't that great?
Love Angry Canuck.
Serisan, with the rod in hand that he got from the adamant, has had it. Gonna try to tie up the orbs momentarily, has entered the Earth Cave. We'll see if there's any chest checking. I cannot think there is. Meanwhile, SpaceDrake is going through the maze. SpaceDrake has navigated the maze. It's now on the Bridge of Destiny. There's a fight. It's more metal slimes. He's gonna run. There's an enemy on this floor that can destroy you. Call him the Death Machine. No sign of the Death Machine at this point as Serisan digging deeper into the Earth Cave trying to light that orb. SpaceDrake's going to try to light the orb and continue that one orb lead. As soon as Serisan can... I'm going to take this fight. It's going to be a slow fight. There's fire too from the sorcerers. We'll see if SpaceDrake makes an adjustment. Attacks with a white mage. 2 hits, 7 damage. Serisan takes on the vampire. Call this a speed bump. SpaceDrake is intent on taking this fight. Another punch. There's 8 damage from the white mage. More. There's a chance to strike first. On Mudgalls and Sorcerers, he's going to take another one, Joey. This is good experience. Gonna chip at him, SpaceDrake with a black shirt. Question from chat. Does SpaceDrake have one of the ribbons on their black belt? That's a good question. We're going to take a look at that, see if we can find out. Serisan skipping the small armory in the Earth Cave, just trying to light an orb. I've got to think that Serisan just wants to get on with this. SpaceDrake starts to heal, spending a couple time on those last 2 fights. Still trying to navigate the Bridge of Destiny, he does. SpaceDrake's going to try to light his 3rd orb before Serisan can get his 2nd. This is going to be a fight with Tiamat, the Fiend of the Wind, the Fiend of the Air, to try to light that orb. Serisan closing in, however, we're going to have dual simultaneous Fiend fights. As they both load. 1 hour, 7 minutes and change. There's a strike from the black belt in Serisan. Lich has been dispatched of. Serisan steps away. Serisan lights his 2nd orb, momentarily ties it. SpaceDrake played defensively. Easy to dodge from Invis 2. Tiamat goes after the black mage. Temper casts are out. Black belt strikes. 6 hits, 109 damage. There goes the fast. It's going to be round 2 for SpaceDrake. See if there's any quad X action here. It looks like he's going to play a little bit more defensively. More tempers as well. SpaceDrake decides not to use the quad X. Team is trying to take out the quad X caster. Black belt. 11 hits for 907. Tiamat is hurting. We'll move on to round 3, and Tiamat not long for it. Serisan is in the boat. Still no floater in this match, fans. 1 hour, 8 minutes. SpaceDrake has lit his orb now. SpaceDrake re-ascertains his 1 orb lead with only the Earth Cave to go. But we still need the Mystic Key. A trip to Sarda probably will be next. And Joey, that's right next to the Earth Cave.
Do them both. Do them both.
Serisan now makes his way towards the Mirage Tower. This is going to be a long check. If Serisan does what it is that, okay, I do, and skips that star room, it will save a lot of time. Meanwhile, the right side of your screen is where we're looking. New ground here, fans. We're going to head to Sarda, turn in that ruby, and get Sarda's item. Burt Reynolds is here in chat pointing out that if it is the Mystic Key, you do not get the airship, is certainly their opinion. I think he's right. Could be an herb as well. I'm supposed to guess it is the floater. In some sort of slab bottle scenario would turn into a Mystic Key, but we don't know that. SpaceDrake continues to navigate the wide open sea. SpaceDrake makes his way there. He's going to see Sarda's cave just a little bit southwest of here. A little bit ways to go. Just a little bit south. Okay, there it is. He's got a dock over by Melmond.
This has to be like the most annoying sail in the whole game.
We'd like to welcome back to the booth one of the greats of Final Fantasy Randomizer, the Hangry Canuck, joining the show here for a few minutes. Canuck, thank you for everything that you do for this community. Individuals like you, Dark Moon X, Caleb, Rafe hates Caleb, and all the work that they put in to get these shows on, get us to the fans. We can't thank you enough. Take it away.
Well, I guess I got tagged in here, so looks like SpaceDrake's gonna head through gonna feed the Titan's addiction. I'm not a fan of that. Meanwhile, Serisan is gonna check the greater than less than room, which we know doesn't hold too much.
Now, like Will said, if Serisan skips the 12 or so chests in that star room, he can make up some time, but I'm a little offended SpaceDrake didn't try to bane Tiamat.
I think he's more interested in punchy right now. But SpaceDrake gonna give us our first look at Sarda. Is this gonna be the floater, or are we gonna be huffing it towards Elfland? We are huffing it towards Elfland!
That was the herb, homie, not the floater.
So, we're guessing hopefully the floater's in Elfland.
With the Mystic Key as well. Do we do the Earth Cave here, now that we have that in hand? You're right there.
100% you do the Earth Cave right here. I mean, it's literally right here. My man, SpaceDrake. Crimson Imps. Oh, it's slow. No. Run away.
Serisan now starts to navigate the floating fortress. After checking the first two floors of Mirage Tower, he picks up his second ribbon. Puts it on DDD. So DDD and the other guy has both of their ribbons. We're trying to find out where those ribbons are on SpaceDrake. We're also going to do a level check here very soon as we start to prepare for the end game, as the path is fairly clear at this point.
Mid-20s still for space, but he started to take some armor off. You think we're going to see some dead Light Warriors here? And a little grind?
It does sound like a lot of key items in hand. is going to boost these extra fights that SpaceDrake might take. You think that is what SpaceDrake is planning here. There's a fade. Kicks out the rest of this vampire pack. Serisan found this earlier. This is Serisan's opportunity. Decides to check the single lone chest on the bottom. That's the Bane Sword chest in the original game. Gets ambushed by Manticores. He's gonna find a copper gauntlet in here. Not too happy about it, more than likely. Some more Final Fantasy Randomizer action tomorrow. Rock Solid versus DVS 7. That's also going to be right here on the SpeedGaming family of networks, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. How about Thursday? Thursday, April 15th. A couple of guys I know quite well from the Legend of Zelda game. Fryteeth against Cytown. That's from the Lamp Pod. That's going to be over on broadcast partner Randomania. I'm sure to check that out as well. SpaceDrake down to 2 warriors. A very tiny warrior. Not much bigger. SpaceDrake gets ambushed. That's the white mage up front. The white mage is gone. 211 hit points. Does not use the mage staff.
I'm really intrigued by this play here from space.
Vampires with initiative start blasting. White mage is gone. This nerves? This looks like nerves.
Yeah, this is...
Fade
There
in...
we go.
Where's that mage? Not using the mage staff. Okay. Serisan. Making his way to the right 6 chest. This will be the ruby. Serisan has now found the progression item here in the floating fortress. Fade from SpaceDrake takes out the rest of the vampire group. That's level 26 for a light warrior. 25 on the black belt. SpaceDrake checks a status to see how much more experience is needed to get the next level. SpaceDrake's bringing his warriors back. He's had it. Serisan has found a bag of chips.
What is chips?
That's a 1% flag. It's a little bit newer to Final Fantasy Randomizer. It has a little bit of fun. It is the ruby, of course. It acts as the ruby that you feed to the Titan. And I'm thinking a little sour cream and onion Papa Foys. I like sour cream and onion.
All dressed, all the way.
What is all dressed? What?
I don't know what
Water
that is
dill
either.
picklers.
He's from Canada.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
We don't have all dressed chips in America.
SpaceDrake is checking chests in the Earth Cave. Finds nothing.
Oh, well then he's correct. Rock Solid says all dressed is barbecue.
Oh.
I can get behind some barbecue chips.
No, all dressed is all dressed.
Speaking of history of Final Fantasy Randomizer, a joiner in chat, Terrelin. Wow, long time, Terrelin. Great to see you. And Terrelin knows knows the barbecue. A couple of wizards ambush SpaceDrake. He's gonna try to get away. There's a metal slime fight for Serisan. He's gonna use the mage staff. That's gonna knock most of them out. Well, one of them. SpaceDrake's closing in on lighting his 4th orb. Serisan is on the Bridge of Destiny trying to light his 3rd orb. These battle of former ducklings. They were in the program together. They did the Duckling Derby. But right now it's time for the main event. We're on SpeedGaming. 2021 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament representing the Vorpal. Fast from Serisan into the black belt. 16 hits is not enough from Serisan. Going on to round 2, another fight from SpaceDrake with the wizards. Serisan dispatches of Tiamat with 1,000 damage after 16 hits. Serisan has his 3rd orb. SpaceDrake takes on the vampire. Now where SpaceDrake could go turn in the ruby, because you still have to get the Mystic Key. You have got to turn in this ruby. Or chips. You have, no question about it. SpaceDrake was able to kind of fall into the routing here of having that Earth cave right there. Saracen ain't gonna have that at all.
No, I think we like you said, kind of in the Sky Castle. Like the tides have started to turn a little bit, and I think space taking that grind and resetting out a few times. That's only been fortified now. Serenix is just going to turn the turbine, and we are going to finally see what the next step of progression is. But at nearly an hour and 20 minutes, nobody has 4 orbs lit. Like, how do you feel as a runner right now at this point?
In this case, I call the term I use for this type of seed and design that rolls up so randomly is I call it a schmoz. You just don't know where your opponent's gonna be. You don't know. I think it was about right at the 25-minute mark, Papa Boys, when I pointed out the chime in the cube. I can tell you this. Oh, I shouldn't say this. I would have done that much earlier once I saw that. Because to me, when I saw that, the thing was screaming to me to go there. And in that case, I would feel outstanding. These two runners did everything correct. They've done it quite exceptionally, actually. And I think you got to feel even. SpaceDrake does not dock. SpaceDrake could have docked right there by Northwest Castle and walked over to turn the herb in. Because this is going to be either the floater or the Mystic Key. If it's the Mystic Key, it could have been advantageous to then walk back to the ship and not have to go all the way around. But if it's the floater, he can also go grab the airship and zip back. Go to Northwest Castle. I sense nerves. I sense nerves.
No, we don't want to go to Northwest Castle, bro. We want to go to Elfland Castle.
Elfland Castle, thank you. It's the
The dream!
There's the exit. So SpaceDrake is going to have to sail out and around back to where he came. Floater is located, last location by both players. Saracen is boating that way now. Saracen is in the inner sea. Saracen went that way.
I guess Saracen knows he's still got to go to the volcano, so he's probably, he's either going to be sad or extra sad.
Saracen wakes up the prince, receives the Mystic Key, says, "What is this?" SpaceDrake has made his way back to Canaria. Needs to go, well, can go to Canaria Castle if he wants. SpaceDrake in go mode. Saves and resets and is now on his hike to the Temple of Fiends. With the loot and the Mystic Key in hand, he is ready to attempt the final dungeon, the Temple of Fiends Revisited. We're going to call it 1 hour and 22 minutes. SpaceDrake is in. SpaceDrake is 0-1 here in the Vorpal Pod. Saracen 1-0. SpaceDrake trying to even that up with 1 match to go. There's the floater for Saracen. SpaceDrake has made his way to the loot area. He gets ambushed by nightmares and bad men. 4 light warriors standing. That black belt, I believe, are on level 26. Fast is in hand. No sign of a physical weapon. No sign of a defense sword. There's a pro cape. That's a nice pickup. 2 ribbons for both players. Saracen back in the water system where he was over an hour ago. He's going to get the floater. He still has to light the final orb. It is fast. It is the volcano and carry. Saracen trying to get that floater, but SpaceDrake has now unlocked the last open door. Is 2,000 years in the past, getting ambushed by dead zombie dragons who are missing. SpaceDrake is on fire here. I see momentum switching again. Can SpaceDrake finish this? Saracen enters the Gurgu volcano. This is about not even 2.5 minutes. We'll see 1:23.5. We'll see when Saracen can light his final orb. Meanwhile, most of the attention fans will go to the right side of your screen. As the new territory for SpaceDrake, he now starts to hit the floors of elements. The encounter rate goes up here. It goes up another step each and every floor that you go. The numbers go up as far as your incremented step counter. SpaceDrake making it look easy though, starting to close in on Lich. Serisan ripping through the Gurgu volcano, trying to light that final orb. SpaceDrake initiating the fight with Lich 2 very soon. Serisan, however, checking some greed chests. Went into a red Hydra. There's Lich 2! Full damage! Let's fire 3 from SpaceDrake and the red mage for $160. Nuclear! Lich 2 is radioactive right out the gate after he got initiative. That's mostly just a sting for SpaceDrake. Can SpaceDrake get this done in 1 round? Fade, fire 3, fire 3. It is. SpaceDrake survives, no need for use for a life 2 at this point, he can heal. Serisan has made his way already to the floor of the Fiend of Fire carry. Entered the Gurgu Volcano 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 30 seconds. That was 80 seconds ago. $51. Okay. We need to keep an eye on SpaceDrake's heal potion scenario. I know he's got a Cure 3 in there as he comes up on the Fiend refight of Carry 2. Serisan dispatches a Carry. Serisan has his 4th orb lit. That took less than 90 seconds. Excuse me, less than 2.5 minutes. SpaceDrake trying to make some decisions. Got 5 fasts. Carry opens, though, and knocks out the Fastcaster. Carry hits hard, gets a temper off. There's an attack from the Black Belt. 6 hits for 2, just a little bit shy of 300 damage. Serisan's looking for trap tiles. This is now SpaceDrake's match to win. Fog 2 raising his absorb. SpaceDrake gets another temper off, weapon stronger. Stop comes out and misses all 3 light warriors. The attack from SpaceDrake, 6 hits for 572 is not enough. We're going on to round 3. SpaceDrake doesn't care. Eat this fist, Carry. 499. Carry is now dispatched. SpaceDrake about halfway through this final dungeon. He's now on the water floor. Life 2 will resurrect the Fastcaster. Oh, I missed this, Papa. I missed fans, man. Oh, Nuke! He doesn't know about this! That's Nuke for the waters! Nuke! Oh, no, no, no! SpaceDrake
an accident.
dodges a bullet. He is not hugging the wall on a floor with waters that can come in 6-packs who have Nuke. He is not hugging the wall to non-increment his step counter at this point. There's 5 of them! Look out! SpaceDrake, this could ruin everything! No! SpaceDrake gets initiative, it's the Black Mage, and it runs away. Seafood Party Pack for SpaceDrake. I can feel the nerves. SpaceDrake needs to calm down here. Serisan is up to level 36 now. He has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited. There's 4 gas dragons. Serisan's going to take this fight. Once again, fans, this is SpaceDrake's match to win. He's fighting 3 more waters. 3 more waters with Nuke. 318, 258, 242, and 392. 1 warrior gone. Oh my. Oh, the healing. Okay, that Cure 3 shares a spot with Life 2. How many heal pots do you have? 50? He's using all the heal 2s. Oh boy. More heal 2s being used from the red. SpaceDrake must stay calm. Kraken to SpaceDrake. Evasion. Fast on the killer Black Belt. Temper gets off before the Black Belt strikes. Kraken bashes, but not too bad. And the Fast gets off into the Black Belt as well as Evasion. The Black Belt will act last. What can you do? 4 hits. He's got Evasion, Papa.
We need luck.
SpaceDrake continues to go evasion-wise, and he's going to attack. That's Lightning 3 for a $118. More Absorb. Serisan now unlocks the last open door. Black Belt 5 hits, only a $180. He's got Absorb 2, or the crit didn't happen. Kraken bashes the white mage. The white mage has the life 2 as well as the red mage up top. They are both incredibly vulnerable right now. SpaceDrake loses the red mage. That white mage must survive this fight. SpaceDrake attacks, 1,000 damage after 10 hits. SpaceDrake is through Kraken 2, but we have healing issues here. We get to use the life 2. SpaceDrake's down to 16, 15, 14, 13, 11. SpaceDrake is under 10 heal potions left. He's down to 8. SpaceDrake saves 7 heal pots for the 2 final bosses. Meanwhile, Serisan has closed the gap. We are nearing the 90-minute mark. Serisan's closing in on the Fiend floors. TM at 2 for SpaceDrake, 1 hour 29 minutes. More evasion. Tiamat opens up with 4 hits into the Red Mage. Chip damage and 57 from Lit 2 in evasion. Easy to dodge from SpaceDrake. Serisan flying through. Now only 3 floors behind, taking on Lich 2. Temper gets off. We're moving on to another round. I didn't see a...
3 hits, 3 damage.
Yeah. Fast gets off this time for SpaceDrake. More Absorb raising. Remember that Absorb calculation does not come in any critical hits from Tiamat. But 11 hits for 484. SpaceDrake needs to attack right now. The heal pot situation is crushing him. Attack with the Black Belt and take her out. Serisan is through. Serisan's 2 floors behind, about to enter the water floor. Only 3 warriors to the 4 from SpaceDrake. There's the attack from the Fade, 290. Blizzard, that's Ice Elemental from Tiamat 2. Brack from SpaceDrake is ineffective. SpaceDrake with the Black Belt, 9 hits, 849. Tiamat 2 is gone. We are just past the 90-minute mark. Serisan trying to close this gap, closing in on Carry 2. The heal situation is dire for SpaceDrake, but does he need it? Of course he runs into fights. It's 4 purple worms, but he gets away the Black Belt. SpaceDrake is here. He's on the final floor. It's the Chaos Shrine. Chaos sent the 4 fiends back in time to present day to try to take out the world, destroy Melmond, everything. SpaceDrake tried to save it with his 4 light warriors. No one counters here. He's free to set up. This is SpaceDrake's match to win. Serisan trying to take out Carry 2. Serisan does. Serisan's going to move on to the water floor. 2 ribbons for SpaceDrake. We've seen a nuclear. We know that there's 4 in the pool. Fans, sit back and enjoy Final Fantasy Randomizer at its finest. It's SpaceDrake and his 4 warriors against Chaos. It looks like there's going to be the same strategy. Fast and evasion. Chaos gets initiative, only 2 hits for 141 into the Red Mage. Fast gets off and more evasion. Serisan closing in on Kraken 2. Evasion is off, easy to dodge. Attack from the Black Belt, 10 hits. No evasion on Chaos, looks like he might have some abs. Temper's starting to come out now. SpaceDrake's going to try to raise that attack power. More Tempers. Black Belt gets initiative, 12 hits for 320. Now the Tempers go off. What does Chaos have, though? We're going to find out right after this. More easy to dodge. More Tempers. Chaos acts last. It's Thunder. That's Lightning Elemental. 2 ribbons protecting. The Black Mage is gone. More Tempers from SpaceDrake into that Black Belt. It's going to be a heal 3. The Temper gets off before the Black Belt can attack. That's Swirl. That's not Elemental. Red Mage is gone. The Tempers are gone. Here comes the attack from SpaceDrake. 11 for 874 and a heal 3. This is all on the Black Belt. 2 warriors left. Only 2 and a healer. Gonna attack with Fade. 139 Chaos attacks and Black Belt down to 240 HP, but 12 hits and 1135 to SpaceDrake. SpaceDrake wins it. SpaceDrake moves to 1-1 and takes down Serisan of the Vorpal Pod. Fans, get out your GGs and congratulate him.
How do you have any more voice left? That's the real question the chat wants to know.
Look at the crowd go crazy. Thank you. That's why we're here. But before this is all this reaction right now, this is live on SpeedGaming. This was why we do this. We have marked SpaceDrake as our winner, moves to 1-1. Let's stick with Serisan here real quick. Let me get an invite. There's the nuke. Oh no. There's the nuke. Black Mage is gone. The White Mage survives. We're going to try to get SpaceDrake in here. Tiamat 2 for Serisan. As the invite has been sent, we'll see if SpaceDrake can get in here. There's a Lightning 2 from Tiamat and a wall. 2 ribbons, of course, for Serisan. He's now fully ribboned up, at least for this fight. Of course, wall acting as a ribbon inside the individual fight, which it is cast. Tiamat is fast. Oof. Serisan is through Tiamat 2, runs into an Iron Gall, steps away from the Shrine of Chaos. He got up to about a floor and a half to a slight short of 2 floors from his opponent, SpaceDrake. We believe SpaceDrake has just entered the broadcast booth. I think SpaceDrake has seen what the Hangry Canuck has on ice. Going to go over there and hang out with the Hangry Canuck for just a moment as we show Serisan the respect of his fight to attempt to close this time loop against Chaos. The fight is initiated directly to Fast on his black belt, the stronger black belt in this match. Chaos opens with Quad X. Serisan attacks, 6 hits for 456. Now the Fast goes off. There's a wall onto the black belt. He's now ribbon protected. Serisan goes directly to Lock to attempt to lower the evasion of Chaos. Chaos misses with the rub and the Lock hits. It's set to auto hit in this design. 16 hits, 651 from the black belt and evasion stack for Serisan. Just past the 90-minute mark, Serisan trying to figure this out. Chaos has nuke. Chaos blasts the Light Warriors of Serisan, but he's still standing. 16 hits from the black belt for 641. He can't stand much more of this. There's the Thunder. Lightning Elemental does not take out the Warriors. Serisan heals up a little bit. Here comes the black belt. AAAA. 790 damage from 16 hits. Van Serisan, your winner in second place. 1 hour, 34 minutes, 55 seconds. Get your GGs and congratulate this gentleman. Meanwhile, SpaceDrake, congratulations.
My heart was in my freaking chest for that entire Topher, just for the record.
So is Will's.
Papa Foyce has a question for you, SpaceDrake. It involves an early game move that you made. And Papa Foyce, we questioned, both of us, a little bit. Ask him.
Why did you make the decision to do carry at level 14? Because me and Will were sitting here like, this is a make or break moment, and luckily it paid off for you. But what was your thought process?
So, I knew that even though the BB was still low level, if I had to do some punching and I got the black belt into at least the teens, I had level 1 fade, and I had level 1 temper. So I knew that I could at least get the BB able to hit kinda hard, and, if nothing else, the white mage was going to be able to probably manage to fade a carry into oblivion unless she rolled like super duper high. But more to the point, I was doing the volcano mostly looking for a grind spot. Because, I knew, okay, I'm running BB because I've got that thief luck on there. And as soon as I saw that in, prep, I was like, okay, a black belt that can run like a thief. This feels very obviously like a black belt seed. And so after, checking Ice Cave, I was just like, well, all right, I'm in the neighborhood, and the ideal is to never hit these places more than once. So if I just go into Volcano and I manage to get Carry dead, that's going to help a little bit, in getting everything cleaned up once I find the floater. Which, as it turns out, I never did, and logically it must have been in Canaria, but by the time I found the key, I was literally in go mode.
We'd like to welcome also to the broadcast booth, hanging out with the Hangry Canuck and the ice, everything that's on ice over there. Welcome to the broadcast booth, Serisan.
Thank you, GG SpaceDrake.
GG Serisan, that seed was a bit nutty.
Yeah. Managed to last location everything that mattered.
Mm-hmm. I managed to last location the keys so hard I skipped the floater. So I'm actually curious, Serisan. When I saw the waters with nuke in Topher, I realized that I had quite potentially dodged a bullet in the water temple because I never saw the waters use nuke there. Did that happen to you?
So the only water I saw in the entirety of the Sea Shrine, there was only one. It cast nuke, and I went, huh, that could be an interesting bit of knowledge for later. I wonder if SpaceDrake's going to struggle with that, because, packs of 6 waters all starting out with nuke is terrifying. And so I was paying attention to my encounters as I was going through the carry floor. I was very lucky going through C to not encounter any of that. I was incredibly disappointed when I found, I believe it was the tail in Sea Shrine, and I was like, oh man, wasted that time. The funny thing is I typically run black belts as a 3-man party, black belt red, black, and as soon as I saw level 1 fade was not red learnable, I'm like, well, reset, let's new party.
You just took my question. Come on. Pod being awesome. That was going to be the first thing that I asked. Serisan, a highly anticipated match here. Both you players, of course, being in the Duckling Derby this most recent fall, familiar with each other, certainly. And for me, it was certainly very anticipated, I can tell you that. To do the re-roll, immediate, or did you have to think about it?
Oh, it was immediate. It was, as soon as I saw there was nothing comparable on the black magic side, I'm like, no, we're switching.
Yeah. I thought about it. Like, I thought about, like, dropping specifically the black mage for another white mage, and, like, running 4-man, like, double fade, like, shotgun times all the time. But I ultimately decided against it because I was also like, well, 2 tempers could be, like, really, really silly on a black belt if I decide to only go to level 32, and who knows, I could do the crazy strats and, avoid even doing level 32 in case, like, a grind is a bit difficult to find, and it turns out that kind of paid off.
Yeah, I spent some time in the waterfall spike tile doing stake and wings, and as soon as I saw I was down to 10 heals, I was like, well, it's time to walk out. I know what's coming here. So
I saw the stake, and I thought about it, but then I saw that it had, like, it probably rolled high on health, and I was like, that's not great. And so ultimately I ended up playing it as though I had basically a fighter that was using their fists. Like, I did more of a walking grind than anything. I tried to do Papa and Will probably saw this. I tried to do a little bit of a setup on the huge vampire packs in the Earth Cave, because as soon as I saw that, I was like, But I realized that the Whiz Vamps were just, like, this side of, like, a little too durable, and, like, they were all just hitting too hard, and there was no way like a BB, or even just, like, I briefly tried to do it like a 2-man with the black belt and the white mage, but I realized even that was not quite gonna cut it, so I only took the black belt up to about 25 or 26 or so, and, like, also got all the other casters up until they're, like, mid-20s.
My black belt ended at about 36, 37, something like that. I couldn't even get to 32 on the Snake and Wings, which was very sad for me. I think I walked into Sea Shrine at 31. I also did the Wiz Vamp pack for a while. Having Fire 3 and Fade together was, serviceable enough to get the mid-levels. Now, the real question from me, did you get bounced by the slimes in front of the Marsh Incentive? Because I got bounced twice by them ambushing.
I did not. In fact, they were my initial grind because I had 2 Fire 3 casters on top of the Fade.
They ambushed the first 2 encounters. The first one, it was only 4 of them, and I was like, oh, whatever. It's just bad luck. The second time, it was 8, and they ambushed, or 7, or something like that. And then I was like, let me just check the other chests down here first. Oh, man.
Also, I think our poor commentators are going to get a word in edgewise here.
Well, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Dun. 51 heal pots, SpaceDrake?
So I thought about it, and I was like, I just stocked up on heal pots before going into Topher, and then I was like, oh yeah, Canaria doesn't have heal pots this seed, and I was like, you know what? I've got heal 2s, I've got heal 3s, and more specifically, though, the whole reason I went black belt for this particular seed, despite the fact that I'm usually a bit more of a like sort of fighter rainbow player, given like any kind of option, because I prefer the stability of that generally. But as soon as I saw that the black belt had thief luck and could run like a thief, I was like, all right, so we're just going to play this as a BB seed. And when I got to, the point where, it was 51 heal pots going into a Topher, I was like, with a level 26 black belt, I can probably rely on being able to run just enough, because, the heal 2 and heal 3s were sharing slots with spells that ideally I wasn't going to actually need much of in Topher. And then, with Chaos, I didn't find Cure 4 anywhere, and I believe Cure 3 was sharing slots with a couple other important spells, so it was like, well, alright, so whenever we go into bosses, it's going to be pretty much just ride or die time, and we'll either get through it or we won't.
Cure 4 was promotion locked level 6, and Cure 3 was level 2.
I was really sad. Go ahead.
It's shared with Invis 2 and Life 2, so yeah. Just a non-starter.
Yeah, and I was really sad to ultimately discover that Nuke had to be floater locked, and I was like, oh, that's gonna make Topher more fun.
Papa Boys, they took all our questions. We had this big list, and they went through everything.
Well, I think it's time for you to promote all your stuff, and we'll call it a night, buddy.
Yes. One quick question for both players, actually the same question. As we certainly get to know you, of course, both you still being new to Final Fantasy Randomizer, great to get you on TV here, by the way, and certainly later on in the annals of YouTube and its SpeedGaming channel.
Yes.
I want to start with Serisan. What brought you here? How did you discover Final Fantasy Randomizer, and what made you make that leap to come play this game that we all love?
So, pre-COVID, I was, jumping into Link to the Past Randomizer, SMZ3, playing around with other stuff. And so one day I was surfing on Twitch and I saw Duckling Boot Camp, I think week 1, and said, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. And joined the Discord, and here I am today. So, it's like 5-6 months now of being in the community, and, it's a good time.
SpaceDrake.
So it's a little bit funny. I actually discovered FFR when it was new, when it was 2017 or 2018 new, and I joined the Discord even back then. But I didn't really start participating in it seriously until the last spring tournament there in 2020, and specifically, in early 2020, things were happening, and I'd been paying attention to randos for quite some time, and I was a big fan of the Link to the Past spring tournament and whatnot, and I had also gotten fairly decently into the free enterprise randomizer for Final Fantasy IV, but I specifically really wanted something where I could customize the graphics a little bit. And then I saw some Final Fantasy I randomizer streams and realized that custom player graphics were completely tournament legal. And that's actually the thing that got me kind of interested in maybe doing a FFR for real, especially since I've been playing Final Fantasy I off and on since 1990 when I was 7 years old, so I knew the base game pretty cold, and I was like, it seems like it could be a really fun game to randomize.
Both players now sit at 1-1 in the 3-game round robin tournament of the Great Vorpal Pod. Both players with one match coming up against the same opponent.
Hey, Will.
We're coming for you.
Okay. Papa Foys, Great play today from our winner tonight, SpaceDrake. I'm pretty impressed. And as were you, we were able to talk about it during the show. Should I be worried?
Potentially. But no, there's a bunch of things I can still like stand to clean up. But but no, I'm feeling pretty good now going into the final match, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Going on right now on for Final Fantasy Randomizer, it is RPG, Limit Break, Dead Pulse, and Darren Dries. That is live over there, as well as on Randomania, Grendy, and Fiend of Obsession. Coming up 11 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, the first match, Sumbabi against Wild Ham. That's going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. As far as the individuals involved in this broadcast, coming up Sunday, April 18th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, it is Serisan against Wukliosis. They will battle it out, and shortly after that, Tuesday, April 20th, SpaceDrake, our winner tonight, will battle the Dragon Slayer himself. All right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks as we move on to final thoughts. Our winner, SpaceDrake, congratulations.
I'm just glad I won a match at all. I was convinced I was going to go into this thing and go straight 0-3 because I've never been in a randomizer tournament before. So really good game to Serisan, and I had a whole lot of fun, and I am very pleased that I managed to score a win at all in this.
Serisan.
GG SpaceDrake. This was a good race. I'm gonna be watching it back sometime, probably tonight. Probably a couple of times, because that's just how I am.
Get ready for a lot of mistakes on my end.
Probably my end, too. I mean, I'm the one who lost. Do want to say thank you to Wilkliosis and Papa Foys for doing the comms tonight, Hangry Canuck for doing tracking, Speed Gaming for hosting us, giving us a stage to be on. Thank you, everybody in the crowd as well, for giving us an audience. I hope you had a good time.
Indeed. Thank you to Speed Gaming, to Will, to Papa, and I also want to squeeze in one quick shout out here. If you liked the customized graphics that you saw in my ROM, there is a dedicated creativity channel on the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Discord where you can learn how to customize your own party graphics in a Final Fantasy I ROM for the purpose of using it in official matches and whatnot.
The Hangry Canuck.
Nope.
The Hangry Canuck is digging through the chest of ice, trying to dig through what Serisan win after not being able to find anything and getting nuked. Actually, probably more like the slimes. Papa Foys, we finally got together. Finally. We did it. And hey, how about this Vorpal pod, huh? Pretty good pod.
You're such a spy, bro.
What? What are you talking about?
Such a spy.
Just wanted to work with you.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Papa Foys?
Well, I really gotta practice a lot more, because I'm going 0-3 of my own Medusa pod, so, it was nice seeing y'all, but, enjoy the 60, round the 64.
It's great having you back. Of course, Gentleman Joey is Papa Foy's older name. One of the most famous matches in Final Fantasy Randomizer history. I believe was the fourth match ever, Joey? The Tiamat of Death, I want to say. Or fourth televised match, something like that you were in.
Oh, yeah, there's like the inaugural 2017 spring tournament. Round 1 flags, and that was a 3-hour slogfest.
You can say that again. That's what got me into Final Fantasy Randomizer, and now getting the chance to work with you is absolutely amazing, and certainly the relationship that we developed. My relationship certainly with Canuck as well. Once again, that's 10 years here in Final Fantasy Randomizer for the crew here, and maybe here's to 10 more certainly, and maybe with our players as well, SpaceDrake and Serisan. Vorpal Pod action has concluded for the night. We will see you very soon here live on Speed Gaming. The 2021 Final Fantasy Randomizer pod action qualifiers continues to try to whittle it down to the round of 64. For the Hangry Canuck, Serisan, our winner SpaceDrake, Papa Foys himself, I am the infectious Wukliosis. reminding you to revive the power of the orbs.